Ethereum, Solana, XRP. We've got the trade updates for you on these hot assets. Let's go ahead and get straight into it. So, Ethereum has had, of course, an epically monumental big run here recently, going from $1,800 to almost $2,800 in a week's time. That's a big move for ETH. ETH doesn't do that very often. Literally some of the biggest candles we've seen in years on Ethereum. So, yay for ETH. However, the question now becomes, where is the trade here? Okay, so we see momentum slowing down a little bit here on the MACD after a major move. We did also get into overbought territory quite extremely, actually up to 85, normally followed by decent corrections when we see such overbought readings on the RSI. Does that mean we get back down to where I initially had my buy order put in at around $2,100 here? Not necessarily, although that would still be an area of interest if we do get a deeper correction. We did get stopped here on our run at the 200-day simple moving average. And I don't usually use a simple moving average, but it is an interesting place to see where we did get that slowdown in this epic rise here for ETH. An initial breakout retest of the 200-day EMA. I would now be interested in a potential trade opening here at 2430. Okay, 2430. That's right now where the 200-day EMA is, with a stop loss here around, let's say 2390. So 2430, 2390. Okay, we'll be putting those orders in a minute here. But guys, if you want to trade Ethereum, Solana, XRP, any of the other big coins, the meme coins, your fart coin. Okay. Get yourself an account over at Unix. That's the hot spot to be trading. It's where I'm doing my trading these days. I'll show you putting in those trades here in just a minute. No KYC, no VPN available to anybody, anywhere. Guess what? You'll get $10 for starting your account. $400 in deposit bonuses. Deposit $2,000, you get $400 back. Deposit $1,000, you get $200 back. $500, you get $100 back. Get your bonuses, get your free money, and $2,000 in trading bonuses exclusively using the link down below in the description. It's right there. Right there. Go check it out. Okay, so Solana, okay? We tried to break over 180, didn't really sustain the momentum there. Now we are seeing Solana heading back for, at least in the direction of currently, a potential bearish MACD crossover. It, like many assets, got overbought RSI, again, usually followed by a bit of a cooling period. Now, the first initial place to watch for, and this is a very small pullback in the grand scheme of things, 12% down back here to the 200-day EMA, purple line on the chart. I've still got a buy order in there for ETH, for Solana at that level. Now, to be clear, on both Ethereum and Solana, they also have breakout targets. So I'm aiming to get a limit order buy filled for a trade here at key moving averages, essentially. Maybe that doesn't happen. Maybe things go mega bullish and there's the breakout. So I'll give you the breakout targets here for you too. Now, I have not put orders in for the breakouts yet, but certainly be something to watch for if you prefer to do a breakout. So for Solana in particular, I would say really you want to get a daily close about $180, okay? $180, that's probably a long scenario that's going to indicate the price could go higher. Obviously running then a stop loss probably somewhere under this area here around 175, 176 something, because that would be below this key resistance, which you'd want to see, of course, hold as key support right here. For Ethereum, similarly, we want to see a breakout beyond, because now we can see it has been respected as resistance. So we should see a breakout beyond the resistance of the 200-day simple moving average. That's at $2,700. Daily candle close above $2,700. Long position for Ethereum, potentially rounded up to like $3,500 or something from there. We'll see how it plays out, obviously. But right now, like I said, 2430, that's the area of interest for me on ETH. But there are two breakout trades here if we do go in the other direction. But I think limit longs do have a decent potential to get filled here. Hoping, of course, that we don't go much under the 200-day EMAs on either of these coins, because above the 200-day EMA is a good place to be. Now you can see here we still have the buy order open for Solana in at 162 with a stop loss here at 155. We still have our Pepe order open too. It's getting a bit far out now. I'm not sure it's going to get filled, but I've got that order open there. Might even buy some spot Pepe if it does retrace back that far, but that's a different conversation for later. What we want to do right now is put in an Ethereum long position, okay? So again, the price that I want to look to get in here is at 2430. Now, 2430, as a reminder, what is that? That is a retest of the 200-day EMA, okay? And a take profit on this, we can actually look up to some of the next levels here. We have 2800, which I don't think is probably quite far enough, although if you were to say, okay, we're going to reject it again at the 200-day simple moving average, probably not bad for a $2,400 entry, so maybe not a bad spot to put it in at. Ideally, you want to see this run back up a little bit higher, maybe around $3,000. So I think the take profit on this would be a nice juicy level around 2,950 if we, of course, get as lucky to get it to run that far. Stop loss, 2,390, okay? 2,390, so the target entry, 2,430, stop loss, 2,390, which would be enough under the 200-day EMA that maybe get hit by a wick, but also hopefully it then actually holds as support and we don't get that far under, because if it starts getting that far under, especially for a close, again, decent chance of getting wicked out, but especially for a close here, probably a decent spot. So open long on that, click on confirm, and it is good to go, okay? Now XRP, just a quick update on XRP. XRP has failed to stay above the triangle breakout. Ended up, of course, just being a fake out. Like I said, 245 is a decent entry on that, but you got to keep that stop loss pretty close because the chance of breaking back into the triangle, relatively high. That, unfortunately, is exactly what has happened. Retested the 20-day EMA here, which would have been a pretty good entry. Now, if we do get further corrections, and if we see a situation where Solana goes down to 160, ETH goes down to 2,400, the next XRP is probably going to move back down a bit here as well, especially as it's now basically coming into resistance here at the top of the triangle. A move down to, let's say, 230, 228 would not be all that crazy, to be honest, okay? So I'm keeping an eye on that trade. Haven't put in a buy order in for that yet, but definitely something I'm keeping an eye on if the markets show a bit of further weakness. Again, the breakout trade here would be a daily candle closing back above the top of the triangle here. So that would be around 244, 245 again, okay? So great trades out there to keep an eye on. Thanks for watching.